A lot of people don't know how to protect unfinished wood. For example, you might have bought a used piece of furniture, you sanded it down, it's beautiful wood and you want to protect it, you don't want to paint it. What do you put on it? Today, I'm going to walk you through your options. So why do we even need to protect wood? Well, the wood will dry out, it could crack, it could rot if it's outside, it'll discolor. Also, these finishes bring out the natural beauty of the wood. So to make this a little simpler, I've broken these finishes down into 4 different categories. We've got oil, shellac, lacquer, and then the varnish family. Now with all of these, they're all flammable, they all really smell, and it's not good to breathe in. So make sure you're in a well-ventilated area, or if you're going to be using it for a prolonged period of time, make sure you use a respirator. So within the oil family, there are different types for different applications. I brought 2 here. One is a Danish oil, which is oil mixed with a little bit of varnish. That's going to give it a little bit more protection. And then your standard tung oil, which is what you'd probably use for most projects if you're using oil. So we apply the oil with a rag, and really you're just going to kind of rub it in and give it that nice sort of hand rubbed look. And you can see this wood is so dry that it's really soaking it all in. So just go in the direction of the grain. You're not going to get anything more than a matte finish with oil, which is one of the downsides. But the upside is, like I said, it goes on really easy and it doesn't take too many coats to really bring out the natural beauty of the wood. So once this is fully cured, which actually takes a few weeks, it is food safe. So you can use it on cutting boards or butcher block tables, anything where it's going to be in contact with food. It's eco-friendly. Next up on the list is shellac. Shellac's been around forever. It's an all-natural product. I use it all the time. The difference between shellac and the oil products is that shellac offers a little bit more of protection, and it also dries really quickly. It comes in the spray, it comes in a can. I'm going to demonstrate in a can here. And what I love about shellac is that it dries super quick. It'll dry in 15 minutes. And because of that, you don't need to sand in between coats because there's no time for dust to settle on. This first coat is a sealer coat. And then when this dries in about 15 minutes, you can put another coat on. And really within a few hours, you've got a fully finished piece. There's really no trick to applying this. Just to, apply it liberally and let it soak in. Just make sure you cover all of the area and let it dry. We're now on to lacquer. Lacquer has been around forever. It's commercially used. A lot of the furniture in your home probably has lacquer on it. And what I love about it is that it dries so quickly. It dries in 30 minutes. You don't have to sand in between, and it really shows the beauty of the wood. It's very clear. Now, the downside of lacquer is that it's really flammable and it's really not good to breathe in. So make sure that you're doing it in a well-ventilated area like we have here. But if you're using it for a prolonged period of time, then you're going to definitely need a mask. I keep the can about 7 or 8 inches away from the piece of wood. The last category is varnishes. Now, traditional varnish is kind of hard to work with, so I really want to focus on polyurethane. This is what you're probably going to use. It's readily available. It is super strong. It goes on really easy. It dries in about 4 hours. You do have to sand in between coats, and it comes in oil-based and water-based. The difference being that oil-based really is going to pop and bring the grain out. It's going to warm up the wood over time, whereas water-based won't do that, but water-based dries really quickly and there's no odors. So it all depends on what you're looking for. I generally use the oil-based. So we're going to start with the water-based version. You can see the drastic difference between the two. Water-based, it looks white and it's going to go on kind of milky, but it will dry clear. Now this will take about an hour to dry. Let's check out the oil. Now, look how beautifully this goes on. This will take longer. This will take about 4 hours to dry, but man, look how that goes on. And when this dries and cures, it's gonna warm up the wood and just make everything pop. So yes, there are a lot of different choices, but just think, what is your project and what level of protection does it need?